All right, what's up, guys? We're the Bearded Dragons. I'm Zach.
Trent.
And Jordan.
Yeah, so we're happy to have Jordan Long on the team.
Hey
Beard
guys, it's good to
Squad.
be here. Glad I got the invite to the Bearded Dragons. I didn't have a beard previously, so I didn't know if I was going to get the invite, but here I am, and I'm glad to be here.
I had a sadly, rest in peace to mine. I trimmed about 5 months off of it yesterday. It's a sad day. So yeah, Blake's not going to be with us tonight. He's catching up on the show tomorrow, but he's still with us, so uh, he'll be back next episode.
Has been a while.
Yeah, it has been way too long, entirely
Yeah.
too long.
Way too long for me.
Yeah, so
I think this is the shortest our beards have ever been.
yeah,
Because I trimmed up for my interview.
yeah. So we're
Rip.
starting fresh here.
We're not worthy.
Yeah, y'all want to start us off here?
Yeah,
Episode one.
yeah.
Episode one.
It was a good episode one. Fucking Arya, man. Started off with Arya. The
Dude,
first thing
it come up.
It's nuts.
I was like, first thing I said, I was actually at Zach's house, and I just looked over and I was like, why the fuck is he still alive? And so about halfway through that scene, Zach looked over and he said Arya, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, it was.
I didn't think about it.
It
I
was
was like, yeah. I was just for some reason I was thinking we were gonna get some insight or something before the red wedding, about something until he said Arya, and I was like, oh shit. And then
Yeah, when they started pouring the
already knew
wine,
what
you were
was
like,
gonna
yeah,
happen. Yeah,
they're done.
So,
Yeah.
so
they're gone.
my only thought about that is that she has made this transition to being a hardcore badass assassin, been trained by the Faceless Man, all this other stuff, but I don't know how she pulled off poisoning the entirety of the fray. Like, that's a lot to coordinate for.
It is.
It's
It is.
a bit tall for me, but I get it because you have to.
Yeah, for the show, they have to condense it and they have to get it pushed through, so I get that.
Yeah. But I mean, that is I do agree. That's a lot to pull off, especially I mean, she just murdered Walder Frey.
Yeah.
That's not something that's going to go unnoticed. You know, that's pretty huge. So it had to be really quick. You know, she had to have this done like really quickly, and yeah, that is something huge.
But badass nonetheless.
I mean, we have the Night
100%.
King and Euron and Cersei coming in. They don't have fucking time for the phrase to do anything else, so you just kind of got to get rid of them. That was probably the easiest way. Fucking get rid of them
How
all
about
in
the?
1 minute.
I'm gonna mute my mic for just a minute. Y'all take it away. This
Train's coming. Best.
So solid.
The Northern members. Scene 1 was good. The next scene was just the it showed the Night King and his undead army of 20 million people, and it showed the white zombies or the white giants, which was cool. Do you think that's like for the book reader? That's kind of a nod to the Horn of Jormungand. I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it definitely, if it didn't already feel hopeless enough, it definitely hammers home the hopelessness that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll agree on that.
Then transitioning into that, did Bran fuck the wall when he went through?
Yeah. Is that like key for the
Because
Night King
he has the mark.
to get? Yeah. So we were thinking he's not going to be able to get through the wall, but now that he's gone through, is that like now the Night King can pass? Because
I think so. Yeah. I think so for
Do
sure.
what? Yeah. I don't know. Interesting though. I was just hoping. I was like, almost wish he had been like stopped, not able to come through. But then again, everybody's gonna end up back in Winterfell. The whole
Yeah.
family. It's gotta happen. Everybody,
Yeah, you kind of get
That's
the
what
sense of
everybody
that
wants,
anyways.
so.
When they kind of just cut Bloodraven out and he was just some random guy, like that. I feel like that tree didn't mean as much, like as a place.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, so I think they definitely all go back to Winterfell. I think we're gonna have a family reunion by the end of this season.
Yeah, I don't know what like what the long term goals for Bran are. Again, at the end of season 6, I thought it was going to be a huge hassle for him. I was just I was marathoning earlier in preparation, and I even said to my friend that I was watching with that he's crippled over the wall, but they just let him on through, which
He's the
whatever. He's
he
just a
used the
crippled
little
boy.
finger teleporter.
Yeah, but
Little finger
I guess
tossed it over the wall for him.
Benjen brought him just dumped him right off at the because it took all of it seems like maybe 30 minutes where they were to get to the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Bran's there now, and Bran's through, so Bran is gonna mess other things up. I'm sure. I'm not a huge
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
then again,
That's a lot to
going
get
to
into. We could talk about
yeah.
that for fucking 5 hours, probably.
Yeah, we could.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's a big topic. Is the Bran and time travel thing?
Yeah, but what else do you have after Bran?
After Bran, it goes to the scene with Sansa and Jon in the throne room, and then where he gives the Karstark and Umber children the
Yeah,
seat, which I think is
that's
a
a-
really good move. I really like that.
Yes, I agree. I think it was a good move on his part.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, did you think he done the right thing? I'll agree with that.
I agree because
Sansa, do you think
go ahead.
that's anything's gonna build up for Sansa though, with him kind of?
Sansa did seem very salty, but then when they walked off, I think it was just more of a pride thing for Jon. Like I think that was just like Sansa was speaking up because she feels like she has the place to, and Jon just
Yeah,
kind of was a little prideful, like I'm the king now. Don't talk to me like that in front of my people.
Exactly. So Sansa, and this is one point that I even have this jotted here, is that Sansa has been, so oppressed throughout the show, and she finally found her independence and her one glorious moment of usefulness whenever she brought, the Knights of the Vale to rescue Jon
Absolutely.
from the Bolton forces. However, I think her want of importance and empowerment is kind of stepping over good judgment because she had her good moment. It's kind of like she doesn't want to be pushed aside anymore. She wants to have meaningfulness and be of import and not be overshadowed by the new king in the north, Jon.
Kind of like
Yeah.
Cersei.
well, yeah, kind of like Cersei. They were talking about how she admired. It's almost like you admire her. When they were talking about Cersei. And then, but if we go back to early Sansa, what's the one thing she always wanted in the world is to be the queen.
Yes.
You know? So I mean, it's not like her, former, I guess, dreams. She knows how the world works now and everything, but it's not like everything that she once felt is just gone.
Exactly. This is harkening back because I mean it's easy for us to lose perspective, but she's still extremely young. So that harkens, the childlike innocence that she met, the shred of it she may still have. Got everything she's gone through, but I mean it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't just go away.
Yeah.
She's a lot more. I don't know what to say.
I was really pleased with that scene though, and how Jon
Yeah.
handled.
I really liked when she said, Ned and Rob made stupid mistakes, and that's why he died, and that's true. And I think that's harkens back to Jon letting them in. Was it Great Jon Umber or was it Lord Karstark that killed the Lannister cousins, and then Rob beheaded him for it?
It was Karstark.
And I think stripping them of that would have kind of been the same mistake Rob would have done, like kind of Rob did there when he beheaded Lord Karstark.
Yeah.
I think that was a good move. The Northerners may not like it right then, but I think looking back, they're going to feel safe. If they know if they make a mistake, it's not unless they just fucking turn on him, they can trust him.
Yeah. I mean, that's two pretty ancient families too.
Yeah.
Knowing the numbers that they're about to be needing, it would be kind of dumb to throw them to the wolves. No pun intended.
Yeah.
But that was pretty solid, and uh, everybody is on the John and Danny fest. I'm not one of those people, but
No.
let's say it does happen. Sansa, she said something about you're a good ruler or a good leader. Ruler, is that what she said?
Yes.
And we know Danny is not. So let's say it does happen. Danny conquers and John rules.
Which, to be fair, I
Who
think
knows?
John wasn't the greatest leader at some point either, and I think his time with the
Yeah.
Night's Watch and her time in Marine's going to help both of them a lot.
Yeah.
Let us growing as individuals and as people in power. And I don't know.
I agree.
She was changing like ancient customs though in Marine, so that kind of she was facing a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of like
more
letting the wildlings
than-
south of the wall, like taking the
Yeah.
slaves away and letting the wildlings south of the wall. They both did something really drastic. I don't know, looking back, they may not should have. But like it was a
Yeah.
good decision at the time, like in the heat of the moment.
They do have a lot of parallels as their leadership styles. There's a lot of the same tribulations that they both faced, and
So do you think,
even how they came to succession and power.
while we're on the John Danny topic, do you think that Azor Ahai is the prophecy? Do you think it's what? Sorry,
That's such a big question. I know it's coming.
no. Do you think is the Azor Ahai prophecy of Azor Ahai coming back? Do you think it has to be one person, or do you think John and Danny could both be Azor Ahai coming back?
I think it's one person. I don't know.
Or you just think the prophecy could be generalized into maybe they're both Azor Ahai? I don't know.
Well, another thing on my notes that I want to talk about later, which kind of feeds this, is whenever Sam was at the Citadel, and I know I'm skipping ahead a little. Whenever Sam was at the Citadel and he was talking to the Archmaester, and the Archmaester, he understood Sam's concerns, but he said that over time, the Citadel has recorded all of these things, and mankind has at multiple times thought it was at its end, right? And a lot of these story legends come from a bit of truth because that's what happened. So I don't think prophecy is going to repeat itself exactly with Azor Ahai.
I don't either.
I don't know if that means, like you said, there might be more than one Azor Ahai, or there might be, a difference of gender, even, which that could point in Danny's case. But I don't think, especially with George R.R. Martin, his writing trends, that it's not going to follow a typical fantasy trope.
No.
Yeah.
It's going to be different from, the one prophesized son, but I don't know how. I don't think it'll be more than one person, but I don't think it's going to follow what the prophecy has said.
That's fair. I'll agree with that.
I don't want to get any more into it. I just thought that was a good question.
Yeah.
Also, if anybody's watching and this is just strictly show watchers and not book readers, they're not going to be following. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we have?
I didn't like the next scene. It was Cersei, Jaime, and then going into Euron. I just really don't like Euron. Like I like Euron, like Euron's character, but I don't like this one. I love Euron in the book.
Yeah, in the book, he's a lot different. He has that flavor of having been all around the world. But in the show, he's kind of just like a thug. That's really all he is.
Yeah.
I took a couple of jabs at Jamie and I chuckled, and that was about it.
Yeah.
That's about the extent of.
He's like a cliche evil man. Like I'm gonna
Cliche.
murder my family.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It really was, yeah.
Like a Marvel. He's like a Marvel
But
character.
apparently he's supposed to be the greatest evil we've seen on the show thus far.
Which I do think now. He said he's going to go give her a gift, and what is that going to be? I think that is.
But okay, you brought this up when we were watching though. Is he going to Old Town or is he going? Let's see, what was it?
So
Old
he's either
Town
going.
or
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I think he either goes. They're so close to Dragonstone. I think he either goes to Dragonstone and crushes the fleet, which would be because like right now it looks like Dany's just going to fucking walk right in, right? Like she's just going to fly. She's going to take the fucking boats 100 yards over to Westeros mainland and just annihilate everything in her path. Like something has to happen bad, and I think Euron taking her ships could be that. Or when he says like something priceless, does he go to Old Town and sack Old Town and get something from the Citadel that's worth that's not worth money, you know? That's priceless. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, if they go by the books, Old Town, I say, but the show's not always followed the books strictly. So, is it going to be what makes for better TV? Because
Or even
crushing Danny's
Dorne. I
fleet,
don't know. Like I don't
crushing Danny's fleet
see.
would be something that would be.
I don't see the Iron Fleet taking Dorne or Highgarden. Like that just makes no
Yeah.
sense.
I think he's going to go after Tyrion. And here's why. So he said he's going to bring something, and throughout the previews 7, it mentioned, there's one line that was said from Cersei that like made me start thinking this. We're the only Lannisters left that matter. So, and throughout the book, and I know, like Trent said, it hasn't always followed the books too well. But like the thought of Tyrion and has haunted her throughout, and now she's lost all of her children, so there's not much left. She's like put all that aside. However, they had the conversation about their family and what went on, and Euron's your situation's a lot worse with your brother. Talking about what she thinks Tyrion did as far as like killing her father, killing her mother during birth, and then killing Joffrey, which didn't happen. But that was just something I thought during the show. I don't know how he would do it, but thematically, the Iron Fleet, is capable of destroying Dany's fleet. I think because if you look at what she doesn't have a lot of like experienced sailors to go with her. She has the Unsullied. They're not sailors. She has the Dothraki. They have never been on the water. And aside from that, like who else is comprising her fleet? Aside from
She has the numbers, but they're not battle at sea. They're done.
My only thing about that is I really want to say that he goes to Dragonstone because we know he's chaotic and he's going to cause chaos. He would just ruin it, like come in, destroy the fleet, and leave. But if the dragons are there, how does he do that?
That's tough.
That's true. Yeah.
We've seen what Dragonfire does to boats.
Well,
it's not good.
That and also, but in the book,
Unless he has something up his sleeves and he kills one.
he has some items of questionable nature, and they could really throw people watching the show for a loop.
Yeah.
If
I hope they
this
don't.
goes that way.
Or
I hope they don't, for the sake of
he
my
spawns a
heart.
fucking kraken and the kraken takes the fleet.
Yeah, if the Greyjoys had that power, I don't think they would be in the position.
He summons a kraken.
Yeah.
How cool would that be? I don't see it happening either, but it would be fucking awesome.
After listening to Aziz talk about it for a bit, it sounds sounds really cool. Yeah. So next, well, yeah, no, I really like that though. I've never thought about that. Him getting Tyrion for that would be literally the absolute perfect thing.
We know in the book his ship's name's Silence, and like all the people, all his crew are mutes. He's cut their tongue out, and so a theory that he was going that he would cut Tyrion's tongue out. How tragic would that be? That's worse than death.
Yeah, that would cripple Tyrion's character. That's worse than cutting off Jaime.
Yeah.
But then again, that would be kind of.
That's huge.
The brothers lose like
the most
the
important
best things
thing
about them. Yeah. Yeah. That would be awful. I don't know. Theon lost his favorite toy. Jaime lost his.
Yeah.
Let's not follow suit, I hope.
Fucking Ramsay sausage. It's the best. All right, the next topic. Next scene was Sam's first scene, where he's cleaning the shit up, literally.
Yeah. So I understand why they did him cleaning the shit up, putting the books back, scrubbing stuff. Like I understand that montage because like the time he spent at the Citadel doing nothing and not having access to the restricted area. But I think it's just kind of like it's getting away from. I don't know, and I could go in depth on this other sessions, but I feel like it started in season 5. It really amped up in season 6, and now it's starting to carry over into season 7. And I'll talk another scene about this, but I think the writing is getting sloppier on the show. It's getting like more childish, and I don't mean that in a complete derogatory, but it's becoming more like audience friendly.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like mainstream, like
Yeah, they have to wrap it up. So I think
good-
instead of like having
good
this,
for the masses.
Yes.
this cool experience with Sam at this maybe not cool, but this really long experience with Sam at Old Town, we're just getting it like that was their way of just like pushing it through. We only have 7 episodes this season. He was there for a long time doing nothing but shoveling shit. And I think that was just the easiest way to get it across.
Like throwing how well Sam goes as far as like people liking him. You can't give him a ton of screen. You just can't dedicate.
Yeah, you can't. I agree. I think logistically that was I don't love it, but I think logistically that was a good way to get the point across. So
Yes, I think it was a good call.
yeah, it's like the Littlefinger teleporter. It's a good call. Doesn't work that great.
Is that all that happened in that scene? Just that montage, and then it he didn't talk to the Archmaester.
He gets into the book. Yeah, I think he does actually. I think he gets into. He talks to the Archmaester, and then he steals the key, and he gets those books, and then we see him reading the book the next scene.
Gotcha.
So I wrote down, and this one I put Samuel gag scene. What will happen if when he gets caught? What? And then I don't know with the Archmaester. Do you think the Archmaester actually believes in it? Like, do they know more than they lead on?
I think the Archmaester. I think he approached it very. He admitted that throughout time, a lot of these people have believed that their tragedies and great strife that they faced was the end of man, was the end of days. So through his wisdom and time at the Citadel, that what may be the end of the world has not been the end of the world yet. Like every time they've said it, every time it's turned into a great panic, it hasn't been the end of the world yet. So I'm sure he doesn't believe the direness of the situation, but I think he knows that there's some truth. Said there's in what everybody says because there's confirmation from a bunch of unknown sources.
Yeah.
So I think he believes it to a degree, but I don't think he sees the direness of the situation.
I don't know how I'm gonna word this, but Zach, we went to a panel at Con of Thrones, and they were talking about the Maesters and magic, and how they record everything, and they're supposed to know all. They have all this information.
Yeah.
But they never could explain magic. They didn't understand it. So
And if they
they'd
can't
like,
explain it, yeah.
yeah. So this is also obviously has to do with magic, and I don't know. I don't think they know because they got rid of like a lot of records of like magic, and then there's the theory about them, the Maesters and the dragons, and
them sabotaging the dragons.
yeah. So and then they kind of struck a lot of records of magic, just like it's Grumpkins and Snarks, and it's just it never was, or that was just 1,000 years ago. It no longer exists. So I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't think. I don't think a lot of them. Maybe not the Archmaester, or like the ones that have been there for.
There's got to be
an
scripts there
extended period,
somewhere,
but-
though. Like
Yeah.
in the restricted area that have something, because we know they study magic.
Yeah.
The next one was, I think it was Littlefinger. It was Littlefinger and Sansa. Sorry, I looked at it wrong. It was Littlefinger and Sansa, and then the cool ass little scene with Tormund and Brienne in the background. It was funny.
I was what I seen Tormund walking up in the back, like in
I
the
didn't
very
really-
far background. Here he
Yeah.
comes.
That little smirk on
Yes,
his face.
go get that lady. But
I
I'm
just-
glad Sansa. I'm hoping so bad that Sansa doesn't like. I mean, but I don't think she will because Bria, she kind of sends him away, and it's like there's no need to get the last word. I'm gonna just assume it was something witty. You can run along now, pretty much. And Brienne comes, and then Sansa's like, "Oh, I know exactly what he wants." So I'm thinking she's got him figured out, and she's not gonna be get bullshitted by Littlefinger. But what is he gonna pull when he realizes that she's not under his thumb?
True. So I think it's a pretty cut and dry scene. There's the future love connection of Torment that we all know and want. But as far as like Littlefinger and Sansa's interaction, I think, like you said, I think she's got him, pretty well figured out, or at least she thinks that she does. And my only question is it going to be when Littlefinger realizes he doesn't have Sansa under the thumb, or is it going to be that whenever Jon dismisses Sansa one too many times, is she going to be like, well, Littlefinger's making a little bit of sense now?
I'm just hoping he dies before any of that. That's not gonna happen. I know it's because it's what I want, but
I didn't love the scene. I think this one and the one with Euron, it was the ones I was just like, about. Like, I didn't love it, but I think at the end, like we get those questions in the back of our mind. That was what the purpose of the scene was. Like, well, Euron, we're like, okay, well, what is Euron doing now? And in this one, I think it just. Will Sansa go to Littlefinger? Will she side with him? I don't think so. Like, I don't think it's as questionable as the Euron scene. I think Sansa's happy in the North. I don't think she's going to leave again.
Yeah, it's fairly cut and dry. It wasn't like too in depth of a scene.
she just knows. And she stated it. They need his men,
Yeah,
and she knows that. So,
and he wants her.
and she knows that.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
The next
Apologies.
scene was. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Go on.
The next scene was probably my favorite one. I really liked it. Besides the first one was the Arya and the Lannister soldiers. I liked it a lot.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was
Ed
going to be
Sheeran,
bullshit
what
when
the
I saw
hell?
Ed Sheeran on there. I was like, "What are you doing in the Riverlands?" But like, it actually ended up being a really good scene. Like, because
Yeah.
we've seen Arya. In my opinion, we've seen her become this fucking badass, and she just did this episode. And like in the background, you saw it was Lannister soldiers. Like, Arya's gonna fucking kill him. This camera goes to their swords laying on the ground. Do you think she kills them? I don't. I think it humanized her a little bit and kind of humanized the Lannister
Yeah.
soldiers and kind of showed like, when Jorah told Daenerys, there's good and evil on both sides of every war ever fought. And I think this was kind of Arya's lesson of that. Like, these guys
Yeah.
aren't assholes. They probably
There's
don't
that,
deserve
and
it.
then
Yeah.
that, and then also like John had stated, like earlier. I know it's kind of different, but he's not going to punish, these families for the deeds of like one or two men that, So
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, good and evil on both sides, and I don't know. These guys were, the guy had a new baby. The one guy was just wishing to be back home with his father, and
And he was super nice to her, and I really, that was
Yeah.
like kind of a throwback to Hot Pie too. Like, he gave her like cooked food and like drink. Like, I don't know.
Made that blackberry, was it blackberry wine or
Yeah.
whatever? And, yeah,
Well, those
It was
guys were
just-
super nice to her, which
Yeah.
she's never seen from a Lannister, like from any Lannisters ever.
True. I agree with y'all's analysis of the scene. I knew Ed Sheeran was going to make a cameo appearance.
And it was way less memeier than I thought it was going to be. Like, it was actually my favorite scene, I think. Like, it was a good scene.
it was a good
I
scene.
hate
Yeah.
it so much.
I liked it.
I
I liked it. I think
don't know.
Arya
Yeah,
could
like
listen.
I don't know. Yeah, I think because Arya's just out. You know, I feel like she's got blood in her eyes. I mean, she's learned so much though, but she's just got a taste of vengeance, and she knows she can kill Cersei, like probably a lot easier than we want to think.
Yeah.
And
She even told him she was
um,
going to kill the queen. That they were just laughing like these aren't like
like
the
she did not. Yeah,
stereotypical Lannister
she
soldiers.
was ready.
Like,
I'm wondering. You know,
yeah.
she said that one. Like she didn't know how their reaction was going to be. Like was she like thinking, okay, this is it. I'm about to kill every one of these guys. I'm just gonna. Like, it doesn't matter. And then they laughed, and she's like, oh.
She's become this
Okay.
crazy killing machine, and I think this humanized her a little bit. Like, kind of brought her back down. Like, she's still a human.
2 questions, real quick. All right, so I was reading up on that after the scene actually took place, and again, this is on my Ed Sheeran kick. So, do you guys remember the drummer from Play being in Game of Thrones and when that was?
Who'd you say you cut out for me? I'm sorry.
Drummer from Coldplay. He was in an episode of Game of
I don't remember.
I don't remember now.
Thrones, and they're also going to have Bastille that sang Pompeii, I think, and he's going to be in the last episode of this.
Cool.
Why?
I don't. They have a lot of these. They have a lot of these like. Okay, what was it? Instead of YOLO,
We're trying to get
it's
funding
like
for-
YOL. You only live one episode.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Maybe they
have
give the
these
show a lot of
characters.
money for the CGI that they're about to have to fucking spend a lot on.
Yeah. Also, though, there's you remember like they have a lot of these big actors that come in and they're not there for long. Or like for me, like there was a larger actor. I can't. He's in John Wick. The guy. Okay, when the Hound. I guess they saved him, and there was that little village, and he was like the guy ahead. Remember? And then
The
he just died
Septon?
that episode. Like, yeah. Well, was that what he was?
Yeah, he was the
There's
septon of
something-
that little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
segment.
Yeah. Like there's those like he's a fairly large actor, you know, and they bring
Yeah.
these guys in, and you're thinking, oh, like this is gonna be cool, and then they die that episode, or they're gone
Yeah.
that episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's cool they bring in all these like tons and tons
Yeah,
of like
I
big
saw Ed
names.
Sheeran and I was like, oh no, face palm, and be like, it was that. I like the scene a lot.
It wasn't bad. I mean, he was doing his job literally. He
Yeah.
was sitting there being a, yeah, I mean, bard or whatever, what have you, singing a song, you know.
Yeah,
So
and it humanized the people that we've learned to hate over the last 6 seasons.
yeah. Also,
Like every one
kind
of
of
them's been
going back a
shits.
little bit yeah, for some reason I'm thinking I didn't think, you know, it's not anything big though, but I was as soon as we found out, you know, we saw the Iron Fleet coming in, and Cersei or Jamie asked Cersei, and she was like, I invited them here, whatever, and you know what does he want? And she was like, a queen. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, Jamie, get out, please get out.
Yeah,
So let's say if Jamie ends up not, you know, let's say he gets away from Cersei, gets out of there, where could he go? Like, what does he do? Like, a lot of people think, you know, maybe he goes to Brienne, but if he goes to Winterfell, is he dead? Like, what?
see, could he?
What if he
join-
takes
could
the? What if he takes the Lannister army to? Because John knows how bad they need.
Let's
they
say he
need-
goes to Westerlands to take Casterly Rock, or he. I don't know. Like I feel like Tyrion. I don't. Would Daenerys let him in? I don't know.
The only thing, Jamie could very easily survive this. Cersei, I don't think. If
Because-
Jamie sticks with Cersei, they're both dead. They're
Because
both
Jamie
dead.
could go there.
I believe.
Tyrion would let him in after what he did. I just feel like I don't think he'll forgive Tyrion for what he did to Tywin, but
Yeah.
in
I agree with
theory,
that.
he could
So-
go there and bend his knee to Daenerys and give her Casterly Rock.
The only thing is, Jamie killed her father.
Yeah, but her father was also an
So-
asshole, and Barristan kind of gave her that. I don't know if that was in the book or the show, but Barristan was like, you know,
Yeah.
your father was crazy, and he deserved that. Like that wasn't.
But then, yeah, and then Varys surely would, you know, I guess see the wisdom in this. Varys and Tyrion both. I don't think Tyrion would stand for having Jamie just executed by her, but does he go there? Could he go to Rob? I don't think he would go to Rob.
At the end of the day, I think she would let Jamie bend the knee to him because it gives her Casterly Rock. Like that's one less enemy that you have to worry
I think
about.
also timing is Danny and or is Danny and John already kind of allied at this point? Because if so, that I think
There's just no
that could
way they
happen
don't ally.
easily.
There's no way that
Well,
they don't ally.
well, I mean, let's say they are allied at this point. That means Danny already knows the real threat, and that's what's coming from the north, right? So at this point, they know they need like as many people as possible, and then the Lannister army, that's not no like small little stronghold. That's pretty huge. So I think timing also. If this happens, Jamie might not leave, and he dies with Cersei,
It
but
is a lot of
he
speculation.
could easily. Yeah, I think he could easily survive this.
I think the only the only good ending for Jamie for me is him dying a noble death, a lot where people can respect him. Because he's not gonna make it. I don't see it.
Yeah,
I don't see
I think-
many.
I think he's going to be a Queen Slayer.
That would be awesome. If he
Yeah,
did
I
that,
would
he
like
could.
that.
Yeah, if he did that, I think. I mean,
or
has
he
to
does
hate
that,
Cersei.
and let's say, okay, well, okay, what we know from what we know, just like omnipotent like view, I respect him for what he done. He saved so many people, but everybody, Kingslayer, whatever, he has no respect, no, whatever. If
Yeah,
he
he's
killed
taken it
Cersei,
to the chin for so long.
it would be the same reason, I think.
And
So
kinslaying, which is even worse.
yeah, which is what. So still, like to us, he's like this. He's on a pedestal, I think, and for the things that he's done. I mean, he's done some shit. Obviously, we hate, but
I mean, he has to hate Cersei. Like he
Yeah.
killed his king that he swore an oath to protect King's Landing from getting blown to shit, and then, 20 years later, Cersei does it. Like, he ruined his
Yeah.
fucking reputation, and then Cersei,
Yeah.
like, for no reason. Like, in the end, it didn't. He tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't really matter.
Watch when Bran pushes him out of a window.
Bran wards him and jumps out the window.
All right, what do we got next?
The Hound and the Brotherhood. I liked
Hound
it.
in the
I liked it
Yes, love this one.
a lot.
I was wondering pre-show why they showed. Obviously, I knew they were going to go back there, but I didn't know like why. I knew somebody would end up there. When it showed him and Arya staying with the guy and his daughter, and I was like, why are they showing this? And then
Yeah.
they started coming upon the house, and I was like, oh, this. I was like, damn, this is sad. I was like, I know what he's about to find inside, but they go in, and I think just everything he's seen. I feel like we went to a panel also, and they were talking about him becoming kind of the leader of the Brotherhood Without Banners, but because book wise, you have Lady Stoneheart and Barrack, but they've kind of like lost their way. What is it? I can't remember the panel we went to for this, but they kind of went from helping
They've
everyday
become more
people
chaotic,
to just killing Freys and killing Boltons.
Yeah, they've.
This
turned
is
into the
show.
Hound,
This is
where,
book.
where
But
the
yeah,
Hound's
yeah.
turned into a good person.
And
They're
then
kinda
yeah.
going the opposite
Like,
direction.
So the Brotherhood was kind of going on the downward slope, and the Hound is like finding his way. So is he going to bring them back? And then in the show, do you think he might step up to a bigger role here? I think maybe.
I like it.
He could, but ultimately the Brotherhood without Banners, they're this small time group. So, they may have, a power red priest with them. They, Barrack, they may have
Like they're all
the
fucked. They're
Hound.
going.
But at the end of the day, who is the larger group that they're going to pair with? Because a group of good, high estimate 60 people, right? Low side, they've got maybe 15, 20. So what is ultimately at the end of the day, what is this group going to do? Because on their own, what are they going to take out the Night King? I don't think so.
No.
No.
What are they going to do as a splinter group? Fight, okay, if they have 60 guys, they're going to kill maybe, 200 whites at best, because they're just going to get overrun. So I think the big picture for them is who are they going to?
I think the Night's Watch. I think they're going to Eastwatch by the Sea. From what I got off of that.
Yeah. Also, then they have. I think.
That's what I think.
I don't know if John knows or Ned's like, he commanded Beric to go and take the mountain after the mountain had committed his burning
Oh,
the
I'm all
villages and
over.
stuff.
I'm all over Clegane Bowl. That's hell yeah.
Yeah. So
Get hype.
I don't know.
Oh, I would love
I'm
that.
just kind of ready to see all this. So yeah.
Beric passes his life force over to the Hound and he kills the mountain.
Okay, so he has his vision in the fire. Do y'all get anything from that?
I think that was just to prove the point to the Hound. Like
That was
I don't think it's foretelling anything. Like the Hound has any sort of special powers. I think that's just like letting the Hound, hey, this shit's real. We gotta do something.
Well, we know the Red Priest. I don't know if he is. I don't think he's from Ashai, is he? Like he's not like an actual priest like Melisandre is. I don't think so. From what I've.
No, he. What was he before? He was a priest before, and then he became an alcoholic.
That's a good.
Priest status for his own personal benefit, and then he eventually saw the way. Right, I believe that's how it went in
Yeah.
the books.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was from.
We know that the Red
And
Priest
no,
like
the
Melisandre.
first time he brought Beric back, he didn't believe it. He was just
Yeah.
kind of saying it. I think what was I can't remember if it was book or show
The Last Kiss.
that I saw that.
Like he gave him the last
Yeah.
kiss and then or the kiss of life, whatever it's called.
Yes, it was book because whenever they meet, whenever Brienne meets Lady Stoneheart at that point, he's not with them anymore because he gave his life to bring her. So I believe it was book.
Yeah. All right. Was that the scene before Danny?
No, there's one more. And I don't know. Yeah, I agree with Jordan. I think it was just we know the Red Priest use chemistry for illusions. I think that was just all it was just tricking the Hound and probably slipped something into his wine and he saw the wall. I don't know.
He
It
saw
was-
a lot
it
of
was-
things
it
though
was
that we've
Jorah.
seen.
It was Sam reading the book and finding the Dragonstone map, and Jorah was the next one.
Yeah. So him finding this, that just I'll think also, there's no way John and Danny don't ally, like you said, and I think this just furthers that because John's going to have this information very quickly. Obviously, a Raven is already on its way, and then he gets this information. Danny, as we know it, at the end of this episode, is in Dragonstone. How's that conference? Like, how does that meeting go though? Because she doesn't care who's king of the north or the south or the west. She does not care. How does this meeting take place?
How does it get arranged? I don't know. There's so many situations. Does she find out about the White Walkers and just fucking gets on Drogon and says, "Let's go fuck him up," or I don't know. I think something's got to happen to make her take her eye off the Iron Throne and gun for the Wall. I don't know.
Obviously, John's key concern right now, as he said, was training everybody. What was age? What was it like 10 and up?
60. Man, woman,
Yeah.
child.
Okay. Every training those obviously. Besides that, his one other command was finding dragon glass
Yes.
and making weapons out of dragon glass. So obviously he's going to be in Dragonstone shortly. I think is this something that he undergoes? He's going to have to undergo it himself, I guess, because Danny's there. But with the winter is here, does that trip happen now, like immediately?
I don't know if you look at the length of the episodes. I think rushed fashion.
Yeah, I think we see Jon and Daenerys together by episode 3.
So I know
I think
this
we
is-
see a battle by episode 3. I think we're like shit's gonna be happening quick.
Who do you?
We've seen fighting with like Lannister men in the trailers and shit. I don't know, like there's got to be more than one battle. And
Yeah.
the question is, do we see the battle against the Long Night this season, or do we see it next season?
I don't know. I think next season. I think I think next season because uh, that's got to be close. You know, that's got to be an ending point. I think for the show. I don't see how we see that this season
That or
and
the
then have
battle
an entire.
against Cersei's the ending point, and like restoring the realm is at the end.
I don't know. I don't know because I guess that would throw everybody for a loop, and that's what a World of Ice and Fire is. But
Yeah.
um, the Watts have been the greater evil since like day one, but nobody's known about them. And Cersei's at she's at the edge here. She's close to being done for.
Do you think
Yes.
the wall comes
Unless
down in the show?
uh, in the show, no. I don't know
think
about in the
I
show.
think Bran's the key, and he just walks through.
Yeah, I don't know if it comes down in the show.
So
Um, they were talking about taking. Well, they were talking about taking Eastwatch. That would be the first one taken by the sea. That's where the army is headed. You know, even the Hound saw this in his vision, and but that's what John also was saying, and sent Tormund and the Free Folk to man the castle, and that's one of the main ones.
Rip
And
Tormund.
Tormund, yeah, and he said he's going straight there, and then we know that's the closest to Hardhome, and that's where the Night King is headed. So, you know, if the wall comes down, there's no need to. Are they just going to take this castle? You know, does the whole wall collapse? Is a part of the wall collapse? If the whole wall collapses, there's no need. They just go in between strongholds. They don't have to take a castle. I mean, especially with it being manned so poorly as it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. For show's sake, I don't know that it comes down. Although I would almost like to see it, but
Yeah, I do too.
but what about Jorah?
Then we go back. We'll go back to something really fun where Jordan is Bran goes time travel and becomes Bran the Builder.
I was about to say that. I was going to say that. No,
Yeah.
Bran is literally Bran the Builder. Like
he's
he
literally
becomes
Bran
the second Bran the Builder. Like
He's the first and second Bran the Builder. He built the wall initially,
Yeah.
and he rebuilds it again.
because you know we know that the wall is not just like physical architecture; it's magical too.
Yeah, it's magical.
He is the three-eyed raven. I don't know. That'd be a cool thing, you know, play a part in. You know, here's Bran. You know, all his hopes and dreams are dashed, and then all of a sudden he's the three-eyed raven, and he becomes Bran the Builder, the second. So that would be cool.
Yeah, Jorah. Jorah's dead, right?
I knew, like I said before the show started, I said somebody's gonna die, which a lot of people died, but nobody ever really cared about, and that was it.
Well, a
I
lot of
said,
people
"This is
died.
it."
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was like, "This is it. This is the death that I thought would happen." Like he's not dead, but he's dead.
Especially for
I
the
mean,
show's sake. Like, what
he's
else can he do in the next 12 episodes? You know, That's
he's
all we
locked
have
away
left.
into confinement. Okay, he's not out searching for a cure right now. I was hoping he was in the Shadowlands somewhere, but no.
Now, think of this, and this just came to mind for me. So, Jorah is aware of the configuration of Dany's party, Tyrion, the Unsullied, Varys, all those different people. And Sam is at the Citadel, and he's aware of Jon's situation. You know, because I'm sure they're having correspondence, things like that. I think one, that scene wanted to introduce where Jorah is and the progression of his grayscale. But I think it might have also opened up the possible dialogue between Sam and Jorah,
Yeah.
which could open the gate for Jon and Dany to then communicate, because they are now aware of
I like it.
intentions, stuff like that. And so again, that's just a little thought.
It was cool, but Sam didn't think back. He just, you know, was asking, "Is the Dragon Queen here?" Blah, you know, kind of like not hysterical, but kind of like he's out of it a little. You know, which he's locked in confinement. I guess I would be going crazy
Yeah.
too. He's dying of grayscale, but you know he's going mad. But Sam didn't really think back on it. So, does something happen? Yeah, like, is there another encounter there? Does Sam stay there now that he kind of knows where the dragon glass is? I mean, he's becoming a maester. What's he doing? Because that's a big process that he's not going to get back to Jon for,
Yeah.
or the wall.
The problem with Sam's situation is his story will be so rushed because it's such a low. that we
Yeah.
aren't going to get to see a lot of stuff fleshed out. So it's hard to predict where he's going to be.
It's going to be very streamlined. Very
Because
streamlined.
just like this, oh, he found a book. It just so happened to have the location of all this dragon glass. It's
A
very,
mountain of dragon glass.
very easy. And
Yeah.
it's what the show needs.
Yeah.
Not what we want, but it's what the show needs.
Logistically,
I mean,
that
out
was
of
about the
that-
only way to do it.
Thousands of books and scrolls, and
He happened
know,
to find just
he,
the
he
one.
happened to find just the one, and just
grabbed 3
happened
books.
to yeah. He grabbed 3 books, and yep, that's it. So I don't know, but yeah, I agree. But then also, if Euron ends up going to Old Town, Sam, I don't know.
I have a question for Sam. Why did he steal his father's sword?
Boom. Why? Why did he do it? There was no need. What are you gonna do with that, Maester Sam?
I mean, yeah, it'll. Does he kill another fucking White Walker?
Does Sam kill the Night King?
let's hope.
Let's just stop.
Does-
Next scene.
Yeah, the hell. All right. So Danny's rolling in on
Sam
her
kills the
ships. we need to edit that out.
That's
Post
no,
that
that's gonna
in.
be the title. Sam kills the Night King. I like it.
Just like, yeah, we're gonna take. I'm gonna take a clip of that and just post it everywhere. So next one was Danny. Danny, right? She was strolling in. Yeah. So she's coming. There's not much to this one.
Yeah, she's
really.
a Dragonstone.
I mean,
The only note that I
So
have
he's-
about it is that throne room she walked into the throne room from her vision in the House of the Undying in season 2.
I did a little research. Went back and watched a clip of it. No, it is not. So
Okay.
the throne room that's in the House of the Undying visions. The throne. It looks very similar because the pillars have very similar. They're built
Yeah.
very similarly. But the actual throne itself has what looks like a 7-pointed star in the back of it. Like, so the
Yeah.
throne is kind of has a lot of crenellations that are spiked up, and then has what looks like a 7-pointed star. And then the roof is missing, which is why all the snow is coming in,
Yeah.
which is the foreshadowing, on snow and that stuff. But no, from what I saw, it does not appear to be dragons.
Okay.
oh, and then she gets there and gets immediately to business. Let's begin.
Yeah, we'll get to see the table
Uh,
again. The table's awesome.
What is her first move? Let's begin. She says.
Before
First-
we jump into this, I just want to say I'm upset because you've been on a boat for a while with your commanders, and then your question is, shall we begin? Like, you didn't think of
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
before you got there? You didn't already have like a little bit of a plan? What are you
Yeah, that
going
was
to
just
do?
a catchy one-timer to get us fucking.
Because
Yeah.
if you see the next time on Game of
Screaming
Thrones, they're discussing like what they're going to do.
Oh,
like
no.
that yard is like, saying, oh, we should attack. But it's like, you shouldn't be, you should talk about it on the boat. On the way over. You got a
Yeah.
long time.
Man.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. That's
She just sat on the front of the boat watching the dragons the whole time
Yeah.
yeah.
with the camera following her and the music playing.
Staring with longing at her birthplace, toward in the direction of. Yeah. So, all in all, I liked the episode. It was a lot more chill
Yeah.
than I thought.
I
Like
got 2 questions for each person.
go ahead.
Go ahead. You finish up. Sorry.
No, that was it. That's pretty much it. Like I was pleased with it, but I'm kind of not worried about the season. I'm worried about how bad shit's about to hit the fan because I know a lot's got to happen in 7 episodes, but there wasn't a lot of like intense. They were setting up a lot of stuff, so it's probably about to go crazy.
As much as a stickler I am about the book, and I want to, we get pissy like they left the Horn of Jormung out and all this, all the stuff they've done. It's so different now.
Yes.
The show's still great, and it's gonna be good. And I don't know. I think this episode was good. Out of 5, what do you rate the show? And we'll go around with each person. Out of 5, what do you rate the show? And who's your most worrisome person you think is gonna die next? Who are you worried about dying next?
So out of 5, I would say it's a 4. I thought it was a pretty good opening.
Yeah.
I kind of foresaw it as a soft open way, the end of season 6, because you can't just keep that level of intensity from season 6 into season 7. So I thought the soft opening, it was pretty expected. I thought there was a lot of fan servicey kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But like Zach said, the differences between the book and the show, we know it. If you've read both, we know that there's different. But just looking objectively as the show, I think it's done well. I think this episode is continuing that trend. It's setting up everything very nicely for the rest of the crew to keep going on the show. And as far as who I'm worried about dying next, I don't know. Tuffy. I didn't really think about the death counter, so just go ahead.
You want me to go on? And
We'll
I'll
do the
co-
ratings first, and then we'll do the worried
I'll come back.
character.
Yeah, we'll do mine. And I'll come back to you. Ratings. I'm gonna have to give it at least a 4. I'd say probably like 4.2 out of 5.
Yeah.
4 out of 5 is like 80. I have to give it a little bit better than that.
We can go out.
I
of 10
did
if you
like
want
it.
to, I guess.
I
Might be
don't-
easier.
yeah, I'll say 4.2 out of 5. It was solid. I liked it. It set up a lot of stuff that's about to go, pop off. So,
Yeah.
And you summed it up really well. So I'll just leave it at that. Who I'm worried about dying. Not sure it's going to happen. And I just thought about this just now. Maybe not soon though. I'm kind of worried about Arya. She's headed to King's Landing. I was hoping she was heading
Which is
home.
risky.
But she's heading to King's Landing. We know, kill Cersei. Like I said earlier, I think she could accomplish this easier than we would think she could. With her new abilities. But once she does it, how does she? Would she just swap faces and get out of there, just like that? I mean, she kills the queen.
Do you think she might be headed on like a Comic-Con type thing?
Well, yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
How much does she know of what family she still has left? Does she think? I mean, nobody even knows Bran is a lot. Does she think her whole family, besides, has she heard about Jon? What happened to Jon? What has she heard from Sansa? What does she think she has left to live for, other than vengeance? And she has her list. Maybe she'll live for that to mark off everybody on her list. But how does she get out of that? Also, if Euron is there, the Iron Fleet is there, she's kind of walking to a trap. Or what if Dany decides to go, march on King's Landing and take care of Cersei before going north? Anything can happen. I just think it would be really easy for her to get caught up in the middle of all of this because she's heading to the worst place in the Seven Kingdoms, other than north. Other than straight past the wall.
It's crazy. I never thought about Arya being able to take anyone's face, which is nuts. She can literally, fucking Walter Frey. I don't know.
Well, who do you think is going to be dead, Zach?
I don't. Arya's a good one. Tormund, going to Eastwatch.
See,
He's really
that was gonna be.
Tormund's front line. Is Tormund that important to the storyline? He doesn't have plot armor. Besides the fucking, it'll be sad. Maybe Bran will fucking lose the only person she ever loved.
Arya was the biggest character that I was afraid of dying. Tormund was the one that I was afraid of dying the soonest. I'm worried about him. I'll agree with that.
That's for the episode. I'll give it a 4.3, 4.4. Well, that was good. For an opening episode, it was awesome. The only two scenes I really didn't like a lot were the one with Euron, Cersei, Jaime, and the one with Littlefinger and Sansa. Those are the only two I just didn't love. The other ones I thought they were good. I didn't have a problem with the rest of it.
Okay, so I've given a little bit of thought, and this one's a little off. but I think Yara / Asher might die because if Euron, realistically, if you look at Euron's politics, you know, with my theory about him wanting to take Tyrion, and with, you know, the likelihood that he wants to attack Dany's fleet, because I mean, what is his greatest asset? His ships. What can you fight with ships? Other ships, right? So, with the likelihood of him, and with the set of main characters you have there, Dany's not gonna die. Tyrion's not gonna die like that. I've also thought about Grey Worm possibly, because is as nice as Grey Worm and
Missandei,
yeah, as nice as their romance is, he's a soldier. He's gonna be in the shit.
Yeah.
So possibly for him, but I don't think so yet. I think he may be later on. Missandei, no. And then you look at Yara, Theon, Varys.
How bad would it be if he captured Theon and tortured him again? Like, how bad would that be? I don't know if I can handle that again. I don't know if I can handle Theon getting any more just completely screwed over.
What does he have left?
Like, if he goes there, captures Tyrion and Theon and kills Yara, like, that's Jesus. And as far as what Euron doing, is there anywhere else he could go besides there at Old Town that you can think of? Like, I don't think there's anything else unless he takes fucking Casterly Rock. Look at what, I don't know.
No, I mean, why would he take?
Why would he do that? Yeah.
Uh,
Which I guess
I mean,
Casterly's not even really on the coast. Is Casterly on the coast? I know Lannisport is.
we were
Casterly's
talking
on the coast
about
as well.
these questionable items of magical abilities that Euron
I don't think
may
they're
or may
gonna bring
not
that up.
possess. Well,
He's so different. He doesn't have his Valyrian steel armor. He doesn't drink the Shade of the Evening.
yeah.
He's
But
just a thug. He's just a thug.
He is.
does he? I mean, this is something that, if in Cersei's hands, would be unimaginable, and that's something that Game of Thrones does to us, the unimaginable, and tears our hearts out and feeds them to us.
Like, I think Book
So-
Euron marries Cersei on the spot there if he goes there.
Yeah.
He shows up with all his shit. Like, I don't know.
Book Euron also has many, many prizes and gifts to give Cersei.
Yeah, that's true. Book Euron is great. This Euron is trash. But again, taking the two apart,
Yeah.
taking them with a grain of salt.
Yeah, we can pick at that all day.
Yeah.
Strong
So-
Bill was rip.
Good episode though, guys.
It was a good episode.
All in
I
all,
liked it.
yeah. Solid episode. I like this. We're gonna be doing this like week by week. As soon as the first or like the episode airs, we're gonna jump on here, record a hopefully, like, you know, we went longer than I expected tonight, but
It went an hour, yeah.
do something similar to this, about an hour. And we'll be doing this along with, we're going to be starting back doing the books. And we're going to be
this time.
we're going to be consistent. Yeah, we're going to be consistent now. So we'll have a new thread, or not new thread, but a new little project going with this. And this is just you know, for show reader or show watchers, but also I guess the book readers, we're going to tie in some stuff kind of like we did today. So yeah, something for everybody, I guess.
Yeah, I don't want
And,
to really spoil anything from the books, like if somebody wants to, but I think we can keep it. Like, I mean, I don't think we spoiled anything today. Like, we're not gonna really talk about anything too crazy.
Yeah, nothing too bad.
Yeah. So yeah. See you guys. Catch you guys next week.
Yeah. BeardedDragonsPodcast.com, and check us out on Twitter, and everything's gonna be in the description below.
Yep.
It was a fun one.
Great to be here, guys.
See you guys.
See you guys.